Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
And I'm Maureen Akers. Welcome. Welcome, Gary.
Good to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
We've got a question today. This one in
Yes.
the news. Also, Gary, I read that school zones in Columbus may be getting cameras to track speeding. Is that legal?
Yeah, not maybe, they are.
Yeah.
In fact, this is news in my household where someone got one of these mailed to them.
uh-oh.
Yeah, so this is on my mind.
Okay.
But so this is happening.
Yeah.
And so is it legal? Yes, the Georgia legislature has allowed for it. And so, yes, you're going to see these big white boxes. There's some downtown near the St. Luke's School, and I don't know, I'm sure they're going up everywhere. And they are now part of our landscape. So but it's an odd deal because it's not a criminal charge, it's a civil fine.
Huh.
And so I don't know how it's going to affect your driver's license if you get one. And I think there's some provision if you're not more than 10 miles an hour over, they're not going to do it. So there's every community can make their own rules on that.
Okay.
And so I'm not sure how that's all playing out. But there is some latitude that the consolidated government can do to lessen these cameras. But they're out there, and they are legal, and you will get a ticket in the mail.
Yes.
Yes, you will.
So slow down. Slow down.
And
in the school zone.
look, I don't have a problem in school zones.
Right.
Georgia law is odd on this subject because there's a specific provision that this falls under that allows for speed detection in school zones and, strangely, historic districts, but not the rest of the town, because this goes back to the days of the speed traps.
Yeah.
You know, when people would sit out there and hit you with a radar gun and get you for 3 miles over. So that was, I guess, some legislator's child got one of those once, or they did, and so that got outlawed. But these in school zones, it does exist, and for good reason. There's a limited time when it's in place.
Yeah.
It's when the kids are out there. And look, if it makes us more aware and more cognizant of it, good. That's a good thing.
All right. So what happens, Gary? What if I'm not the driver of the vehicle?
Yeah, and that's a real
loaned my
deal,
car to
and I'm
somebody,
sure a
yeah.
lot of people are going to raise their hand and say that.
Yeah.
You know, if you claim it was stolen, you have to show that you turned it in to the police.
Okay.
And that's pretty easy to prove. If you loaned it to your child or your husband or your friend or whatever, then I think there's a provision where you can shift blame. Okay. And you can file some papers. You got to show up to court though, but you got to tell them it wasn't me, it was you driving my car. Okay.
There you go. All right, more on that too. So we'll see you on the next Legal Break.